Okay, everybody. I wanted to talk briefly about the two wiki domains that we use in our class, because in this module you are going to be asked to create sort of the foundation for an electronic portfolio that you build it during the whole semester, and then at the end of the course you submit it, the same electronic portfolio as your final portfolio. So you build it starting in the very first module, and then you finally resubmit it once again, after many submissions along the way at the end of the semester in the final portfolio, which you can actually go look. I've actually posted that. It's already been posted. Normally it takes me to the very end of the class to get that up, but I thought I'm going to work backwards and get the final portfolio up so that you know where you're headed. If you want to look at that, you're welcome to. So in the Wiki Foundation assignment, you have to create a wiki and start building a structure that I kind of dictate for you. But what I wanted to do was address something that will confuse some of you about wikis and wiki spaces. First of all, what is a wiki? Well, it is, quite simply, a really easy to edit website. Now, it's not, a really fancy website, but it's really functional, and you can embed all kinds of cool stuff into it. Pretty much everything that we do in this class, your podcast, video, concept map in the very end, a blog, Prezi, whatever kind of media we're creating, for the most part, we're able to embed it straight into this wiki so that people don't have to go to other places to view things, interact with things. You can do it straight out of the wiki because it's just a really cool, highly functional tool that allows you to sort of display things effectively, but not necessarily beautifully. It's clean, it's not fancy. Okay, so a wiki is a website, super easy to edit. Another cool thing about it is, like a lot of different web tools and website kind of tools that we have, increasingly these days, more than one person can be in it. So in the future, if you wanted to establish a wiki with your friends or you're working on a project, it's really cool because it supports collaboration and discussion about various things. And we're actually going to collaborate in a wiki this semester. So what I want to do was tell you about the two wiki spaces domains that you can choose from. I recommend wiki spaces simply because I've created a tutorial on how to work in it. If you look below this video, I have put sort of two columns. One is for the University Wiki system. I kind of have bullet points explaining what that system, what it's for, how we access it, what I use it for in my class, and then on the other side is the public ad-supported wiki spaces and the features. So I'm just going to go through them pretty quickly for you. The University Wiki system, well, when you create a wiki in that system, all wiki addresses end in wiki.westsky.edu. You have to access it through MyUWG. You go to MyUWG, My Campus tab, External Resources, Wiki Spaces, and that's how you get to it. Once you open that up, once you kind of go in there and initiate your session, then you can open up multiple browsers and work in it. You don't have to go in that way every time. I'm just saying the first time of that day when you're working in it, you're opening up your computer, you pretty much have to go in once, and then your browser should remember, and so you can bop around all day long. So it's usually just a one-time thing where you have to log in. You do want to log in to that a lot of the time in this course, because I use that system at this moment in time anyway, and I'm kind of regretting it because there's a glitch. That's the bottom bullet point there on this. There is a glitch that I discovered in the spring, and to me it's glitchy, the fact that you have to log into this University Wiki system to access the things that I have put out there for you. They're all supposed to be public. There should be no issues with you accessing it, but for some of you, especially if you're in Internet Explorer, accessing even public pages on the University Wiki system is annoying, and it doesn't work. That's why you have to actually log in, go to MyUWG, My Campus tab, External Resources, Wiki Spaces. Then you can access anything that I've posted. So a lot of my assignments in the class are posted there. Several about pages if there's something I want to tell you about, like if I want to tell you about how we're going to use Understanding by Design in this class, I created an about page because it's so easy to type on these. It is so much easier than typing into WebCT. WebCT is the most user-unfriendly web environment, and that's probably, you might be confused, why do you go outside of WebCT? Why would you create pages out? Because it is completely user-unfriendly. It crashes all the time, and you have about that big of a space in which to type. With wikis and Google Docs, you have space, you can see things, they're easy to edit, and boom, they're instantly updated. So as from a web design perspective, that's the reason why you see outside things. That's why you have to suffer a little bit. It's in the University Wiki system because we're going to be working on a UBD lesson plan with on the K-12 Textures Wiki, which you will meet soon enough. I want you to upload a wiki picky or wiki picture to the University Wiki system. Don't worry about doing it if you use the public one for anything. Don't worry about that. You probably will not be able to access the University Wiki system after you leave UWG because you have to log in through my UWG, and so I don't know any way of getting you in. Once you leave the system, I don't think you can get back. And that's about it for the university side. You really need to be familiar with it for this class because that's at the moment, and I may have to change this for future semesters. But at the moment, a lot of my materials are posted there, and you do have access to it, and it is paid for by the university. It's ad-free, which is very nice, and you guys are able to use that system. All of this said, now that I've told you about it, and I've got you a little bulleted list you can look at again, you are allowed to make your final portfolio in the University Wiki system. You can or you can't, doesn't really matter to me. Alternatively, you can go over to the ad-supported Wikispaces system. All wiki addresses there end in wikispaces.com. Usually an ads panel will pop up if you just go for like a typical public, typical wiki. If you go for the K-12 Educator Wiki, I think you can get it ad-free. You can actually get the really nice $5 a month kind of ad-free wiki, which is the same thing you'd get for free in the university side. Since the university's paid for it already, you can get ad-free on the university side. It's the equivalent of private. Anyway, back to the public side. If you are a K-12 person, teacher, you can get a really nice deal, something worth $5 a month. It's called Private Wiki, and you can do that. Let's see. Sorry, I see a typo here in my image, so I have to redo it. You can do your electronic portfolio in this, and you can have access to it after you leave UWG. My wiki tutorials apply to both Wikispaces, kinds of Wikispaces, so that's not an issue. And that's it, just make your decision. Which one do I want my electronic portfolio in? If you don't really care about ever seeing it again, go ahead and put it in the University Wiki system. If you think there's a chance you want to have access to all of this, or you want control, put it on the public side. And if you go through the teacher route, you can still make it private and hidden, as long as you sign up as a K-12 educator. All right, so I think I've explained it, perhaps even over-explained it. I think it makes sense. All right, thanks.